Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld. Yesterday on the Steam Workshop, there was a mod called Android Tiers++ uploaded. I believe it's made by the same person who made the Mercenaries for Me mod. Anyway, it was linked to me over Discord, and I sort of had a look at it, and I've enabled it for this current episode, just to see how it goes. Now, it does change a lot of things about androids. It makes a lot more sense, to be honest, than a lot of the base android mod. For example, androids need to recharge. They need to rebuild their energy just from, like, the electricity, for example. Androids, though, are less affected by things like anxiety and mental breaks and things like that. So they're more androids now, rather than just being, I mean, let's be honest, Rimworld characters painted over with an android skin who don't sleep. Because that's all they were last time. The amount of social fights, the amount of other things that we were being affected by. Also makes more sensible other things as well. So say, for example, androids can now be taken apart at the machining table, and it doesn't upset everybody to take them apart as well. Whereas before you had to butcher them, you had androids, if they were hungry, eating other androids, which didn't make much sense. Anyway, we'll see how it goes for this episode. My only concern, the reason I wanted to bring it up right now, is of course we've got the mechanoid raid coming in, and we've now got the new energy mood bar added, right? So there's a chance that they might just deactivate. As it says there, the amount of energy an android has in its internal battery, if it's 0, an android will increasingly malfunction and eventually die. Now, because we've just installed this mod and we've got a raid coming up, we can't exactly send them off to go and recharge immediately. So I'm hoping... Oh, there's also some other stuff here as well. Use battery. Okay. Oh, directly to the internal battery instead of using the biomass generator. Right, so they can either eat food or use their battery. Right, okay, that's okay, fair enough. Now, the other thing, the real reason I wanted to install this mod is because there's this really cool feature, which is Skynet, inverted commas, actually called Hive Mind, which allows you to upload androids to a net and re-download them into new bodies and essentially upgrade your androids. So, one of the big problems with this series is, of course, Android 0, our sort of main assimilator of the whole Hive. There was no way for us to upgrade him, you know, and of course I said that if he ever died, we'd lose the game, etc. But that's all he was going to be. He was just always stuck as a tier 2 android, and that was one of the big things that bothered me. With this mod, we can upgrade him to tier 3, tier 4, potentially tier 5, if we can get a tier 5 android for somewhere. It does add a load of other research, so we can't just immediately dive into this as well. As you can see, there's a lot of other stuff as well. Advanced nano kits, neural chips, architect upgrades, obviously being the base game there, but AI persona, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole bunch of extra stuff that's added to this as well, which, of course, is on the random research, so it might still be fairly balanced. We'll see how it goes for a couple of episodes, but of course, if you guys don't like it, let me know, and we'll take it back out and go back to the old balance. That's one thing I don't want to do, is upset the balance of the mod right now. Okay. So, we've got the Scallywags coming in. I'm hoping those guys will die in the trap as soon as possible, because they're the ones, if you remember, that can open the doors up. And, of course, if they're opening the doors up, the other guys aren't going to die in our traps, although it looks as if it's kind of backfiring a little bit. See how there's one back here, still attacking this door, rather than pushing on ahead. So these other guys are all moving on into the trap still. How much damage have they taken from this? Oh, barely anything. Oh, actually, no, quite a lot. I guess it's just partially luck-based, isn't it? Whether or not they get hit in the leg or the head or some rubbish like that. All right, we might be okay here. I imagine a lot of them are going to die to the traps. 23 still, 22. Come on. Oh, wait, they were able to skip a whole layer there. What happened? Oh, because the door wasn't finished. Right, yeah, I remember now. 21. So it looks as if we're going to be fighting about 19 androids then. Everyone's in position, right? It certainly looks to be. Someone said that the flame traps weren't all covering the entrance, but they look as if they are. At least they are, in my opinion. Okay, I guess they're not quite covering the exit into the thing, but which is fair. But no, they're all covering the entrance, definitely. That's okay. Right, let's get our weapons equipped then and see how we do here. Now, this is going to provide us a load more plasteel, steel components. So if we do need to build any more like Android recharging stations, for example, then we can do so. And I imagine that's actually kind of better for min-maxing, right? So if we've got a lot of energy in the grid, which we do, you know, we've got 5,000 watt excess there with however much stored as well, 4,200 watts stored. If we've got a load of batteries, our androids will never need food again. We could take away all the farms and take away that job as well and focus on just power. And to be honest, we could place all these farms with solar panels, and it would probably make things a lot better, because we wouldn't have to be cooking food or eating food or butchering animals or anything like that. They could just plug into a grid and be done with it. Might be better, although we'd probably lose some time spent, obviously, recharging. Depends how fast it is. We'll measure it, and we'll sort of experiment this episode and see how that goes. Okay, Commission Bot, get your rifle out, and that should be roughly everybody ready to go now, yeah? Okay, I'm really interested to see how Medical Bot's new weapon pans out, the Recon Bolt. We'll see if that's any good. It looks to be just some sort of minigun-style thing, but we'll wait and see here. Okay, oh, it's a big laser, and he's immediately been shot, so that's all we got to see of it. Incredible work. Okay, well, it looks cool, and it's obviously, I imagine, kind of deadly accurate, given that it's a laser beam, but we'll wait and see how it goes. Okay, these guys, as I recall, are very, very strong, aren't they? They've got an extreme amount of armor. Zero, locked in his lab. I know everybody wants me to take Zero off the front line. Zero is off the front lines now, don't worry about that. All right, unless it gets really desperate or we get a lot of people downed or maybe in a drop pod raid or something like that. But for the time being, this is more than safe. Man, these guys take a beating, don't they? And these guys aren't going to surrender as well, so we've really just got to wait for them to all be gunned down. Is Medical Bot okay? Not bleeding out or anything? Oh, he just got shot in the leg and he's already missing a leg. Right, have we got an operation queued up for that then before I forget? Let's take a look. So install a new leg. So install, what did I get? Basic replacement leg. Right, we have been building those in the left leg. That one will heal. 9 out of 24. That's why he's on the floor, because he just can't stand up right now because he's too damaged. But he's not going to die or anything like that. All right, let's go for speed 2 then, seeing as there's not really much else we can do to influence this. And the rain will put out a lot of the fire, which means there might be very little rebuilding to do after this one. Yeah, there we go. So, rebuild a couple of doors there, a couple of walls, and get all the traps reset, and then everything's good as new. Very nice. So, I want to experiment then, see how this, oh, Medical Bot's back up, nice. See how the recharging thing goes from the energy grid. Might need a few more batteries, and like I said, we might even want to, oh, God, there's another one that's just turned up. Is he strong? I'm sure these guys can deal with it. Yeah, there we go. So I'm thinking we'll put down a bunch of solar panels, take away all the farms as well, and just sort of hopefully get a much better... It makes more sense that Android was refuel, like from a grid, recharge with their batteries, rather than eating lavish meals. Granted, we might lose the bonus, though, because lavish meals are getting plus 10 opinion, right? Do they even care about how food tastes? They do. So if we take away those lavish meals, that's minus 12 to their mood, essentially, right? We've only got one left anyway. I'm not sure. It might just be more efficient to go for the energy grid. We'll give it a go in a minute. We'll let them finish all the building we've got left to do, rebuild the traps, and obviously this, rebuild the whole lab. After that stage, then we'll test it out. Bulk goods trader is massive. Okay, we can finally empty out some of this. What I need to do is also in here build a... Let's go into the mist tab. Let's put down a trade beacon in this one. Whoa, look at this other stuff we've got. So, 5 foam poppers, moisture obviously we've got. Ground penetrating scanner we got recently, and mineral scanners are quite nice. Pod launcher, transport pods, very cool. Actually, I feel like we haven't got any new stuff. I don't know, I just expected a lot. Oh, a bin in here would also make a lot of sense, because obviously the cleanliness affects research speed. Putting that down to help clean the room up might be a good idea. It's only 90, it's only 90 steel at the end of the day, so just putting one, like, down the back of the room here definitely wouldn't hurt. What I do want to do is a comms console, though, because you've got to remember Zero is still our best trader. So right now, if we want him to go and trade, he has to run all the way down to the old recreation room, which isn't exactly very convenient. Let's build an orbital trade beacon. What? What? Hang on. We've got one. In fact, I think we've got... Okay, thanks, game. Why was it telling us that? Is it... I have no idea. Have we not traded since I reinstalled Windows and everything? Very weird. Okay, what do we want to buy then is the real question. So what are we looking at in terms of... So we're getting to a stage where we're actually going to need some advanced components. I'm going to buy those two because that will allow us to build that... If it's not already got some components in it, allow us to build it. If not, they're going in spare for other kind of harder research. One of the changes this mod adds as well, which again makes just so much more sense, is that the androids no longer use medicine for fixing them. They use different types of like nano repair kits. So they're not the same as the repair kits that we're using to put on new legs and components, but they are just all around sort of generic med packs, but for androids. So we can actually sell the medicine we've got, unless we've got human prisoners, of course. We don't need... I mean, essentially the only time we're ever going to be using medicine now is for taking out brains, and we've got 27 of them. Actually, we've got 44 of them. So I'm thinking, why don't we sell... oh, wow, that'll actually pay for the components by itself. Holy shit. Wait, am I going... Oh, I'm buying all their Psych 18. No, thank you. Why don't we keep... something like 10 medicine in the stockpile, because like I said, it's only going to be for getting brains now, so we really don't want that. As a bulk goods trader, we can sell everything else, though, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. Let's swap that panther fur for cloth, because it's a bit more generic, a bit more overall useful. I'm thinking doormats, things like that. Steel, we could always do with a little bit more of, no problem with that. Same with plasteel as well. We need to stockpile. Very expensive, but we might be able to break even by selling them. Oh, keep the wood. By selling all this other garbage we got lying around. Okay, there we go. So we're buying quite a lot of steel, 700 steel, 200 plasteel, and then selling off panther fur. We had 1,631 panther fur. That's insane. All right, there we go. I think that was a fairly good trade, stocking up on some more of the useful resource, I think we can say. And that might allow us to actually finish this one. Yeah, because look, we were missing plasteel and steel both for this one. Maybe they were still filling it, something like that, but this will definitely help out. Oh, we actually had the 2 advanced components in there as well. Very cool. Bin's going to be done soon, so that'll automatically tidy up the lab. Hopefully they've reset the traps before they're working on this. Doesn't really matter too much because we've still got a day left and they'll have finished it before then. There we go. Everyone's starting to reset the traps now. Cool. Okay. So I do also want to focus on rebuilding this kill box in general because it's kind of a bit of a messy shape, isn't it? What I want to do specifically is do something like this. So what that will do, something maybe along those lines, what that would do is force them to run up here and across this area. so that, I mean, it's also not going to be blocking too many shots. If we have, like, someone stood all the way down here, granted, they maybe take the top layer off. I think that's okay. Just to force them to run up and down, because that way they shouldn't be blocked too much unless they run down. Oh, actually, I don't know. Because I want to stop them getting to the exit as fast as they are. The only other way to do that would be to do something like, hang on, instead we do something like this then, and maybe just block all this area out. That might make a little bit more sense. So do that and then have like a slight lump in the middle, just to sort of force them up and around. That way they're also getting closer into our range as well, but they're not just going to immediately head down here and gun it for the exit. It's not going to slow them down too much, granted. The only issue is I don't want to block too many turrets on this side. I'll put it another layer higher then. We'll do something like that. And then we'll move this turret, I think, over in this direction, because I'll be able to hit them further. The only issue is if they start getting around here, is we're relying on basically 3 turrets to do it. The whole thing needs rebuilding rather than doing things like this, to be honest with you, because it's a bit of a weird shape right now, especially with the layout of this area. A better way to do it, honestly, would be to have this exit zone somewhere up here and have them run down. Oh, yeah, actually, that would be a better plan. Bear with me on this one. I'll think about a better idea later on, but for the time being, we've still got plenty of building to be doing. We've got a while yet. I don't think we're in a situation where we need to worry about our kill box desperately, bearing in mind that last raid only medical bot got shot, and that was mostly because he didn't have a leg. So we're not in a situation where we need to panic about rebuilding the whole kill box out of defense reasons. To be honest, drop pods are still the big concern for the base right now. A bit more glitternet stuff, that's pretty nice. Oh, man, no one has... Wait, everyone's out of jobs? What? Okay, so we don't have any granite then, I would assume, if we're not... Wait... Okay, granite. Yeah, we are completely out of granite, so we'll have to build those walls out of something else then. Let's go for marble in that case. The only problem with having a killbots like this that is constantly being peppered by gunfire is that we will have to keep rebuilding it, unfortunately. Right, so let's put a wall there instead, because, you know, that trap can already be rebuilt from there. Although I suppose we need it there to be able to access that next layer of traps. People were thinking maybe that's why the sandbags weren't working, so I'll put a door there instead so they can run down that way. But maybe that will also stop them being able to stand on those sandbags. Not sure. We'll give that a go. Is that everything rebuilt now then? Oh, God, these doors are set. Oh, that's what the robots do. They set the doors to hold open. Right, okay, that's frustrating. So that could have really backfired there if I hadn't noticed that. Right, we need to send some people running down to reseal all of these doors then. Seeing as everybody has nothing to do right now, why don't we carry on the move over into the cave then? So what I'm thinking is we'll build a massive stockpile zone now, and then after that we'll work on the actual workroom. So stockpile we kind of want to keep fairly central, maybe with everyone passing through it, that would be fine as well. So I'm thinking why don't we make this area one big stockpile. It's quite large, but it should be fine. Obviously that's going to be the entrance area, so we don't want to do it quite that large, I guess. Maybe something like that. Maybe something like that where we've got sort of very plain corridors as well. This we can turn into a workroom or something. There we go, and we'll sort of layer this out. Have we got enough marble for this? 558. Yeah, this should be good. Okay. Nice marble cave base. That's quite cool. So this will be our workroom. This one can be our stockpile. It looks ugly, but again, this is going to be the main entrance. The reason I'm doing this so we can have another sort of kill box zone here. Down here, we can have your living quarters, recreation zones, whatever else. That's fine. And then a sort of main corridor on this side. So all this, I want to be blocked over as well. And then this, we actually do want to completely block over. So this will be the main entrance to the base. All right. Everyone get to work then. That should give them something to do for a while. And then this will turn into doors. So we'll say... auto door there, auto door there. We'll let them one between the stockpile and the workroom. Similarly, we're doing at the bottom here as well to get through into the recreation zone. But yeah, all of this, I think, just having it as a dedicated stockpile might make a lot of sense. And then, again, after the next raid is defeated, if they've got nothing to do after that stage, we'll start actually moving all the resources up into the cave. Okay, here we go. Man, they got that built so quick. Androids, that's fun. So, obviously, we have new Android features as well. I think we can straight up assimilate them like we were able to before. But to a slightly better degree, or they've just changed something about it. I don't remember. Either way, we'll hopefully get some bots to experiment on and test out some of these new features. Right, everybody get to your defensive positions. Zero, your defensive position, I want to save to here instead then. Actually, what we could do is just forbid that, cancel that, and then just undraft him. There you go. So he's just stuck in that room now doing research, which is what he's meant to be doing anyway. Okay, so everyone now should have defensive positions established. There we go. I built instead... seeing as this will technically also slow down just a very slight curve around that. We could even put down, like, more embrasures down this side and fill them with turrets as well. So that way they've been shot at from literally all sides. Might be a little bit overkill. We'll wait and see how it goes. Maybe if we get some of those shredder turrets or something like that, like the close-range shotgun turrets, that way we're not risking any of our guys at the top there as well. Okay, get into position then, team, and I will get you all quickly re-equipped. My god, if anyone wants to make a mod that could quickly hotkey changing all of these weapons over, that would make my life infinitely easier. Thank you. You also want to see what Builderbot's, what was it? Ballistic combat gun. That was it. The thing that we spent episodes and episodes building. It's like 2,000 work into this thing. Want to see how that performs. How many were we up against then? 50. Man, they are going to get shredded on these bear traps, I think. Hopefully, if we can get it down to about 30 by the time they get to the base, that might be a little bit generous. I think we'll probably only just get above 40. This could be quite fun, though. And advanced enhancements. Oh, android tiers. Yes, there we go. Nice. Another really, really good research for us. Sorry, crafting bot, where's your gun? Cremation bot, where's your gun as well? All right. They should auto-switch, to be honest. When the enemies get within range of the killbox, they should auto-switch to a weapon they can actually attack with. However, don't want to risk it, hopefully. For hopefully obvious reasons. Okay. Let's see what we've got then. Cool thing is, as I've said before, all the higher tier androids move faster, so the ones setting off the traps, they're the more dangerous ones and they're getting damaged. And then all the crappy low tier ones are following in pursuit. So it's thinning out a lot of the very, very powerful enemies very early on. 46, yeah, we're not going to get that low down. These bear traps are good, but they really aren't that effective against gigantic groups like this. They barely put a dent into them, to be honest. Unless we were to oscillate this pattern even further. So if we were to take up this entire plane with it, maybe then we'd see sort of an effective, maybe automatic raid killer. But then we'd be spending so long, you know, rebuilding traps and things like that as well. We'd be committing sort of the same amount of time. Okay, here they come. The game hates handling this many people in such cramped quarters. You know what? I actually wasn't that far off. I said we'd probably get between 30 and 40 left. 35. I'll take that. Okay, so I've also reinstalled one of the flame turrets as well, so it's in a bit of a better position. It was all the way down here, which, to be fair, you're right, wasn't exactly in the best zone. So now it's actually firing down. Should be able to see them a little bit earlier. I mean, to be honest, putting them all at the top would be the best play, obviously. Oh, that one's actually out of fuel. Shit, have we got any fuel left? No. It is on the job list. Make chem fuel. Are we out of wood? That would make a lot more sense. Let's set another build then to make chem fuel from. What do you mean by organics? Is that any raw sort of foods? Fair enough. That's okay then. So do that until we've got X. Honestly, I think I would rather have flame turrets operational than a few extra, you know, sort of rice laying around in the freezer. So let's do that one, and then we'll do pause at 50. I think that's okay. We don't want them doing that job forever. Okay. Good luck. Let's see what we're up against. Now I want to keep an eye on this rifle here. See how effective that is. It just seems like a standard triple burst gun. It doesn't even seem that accurate. Is that what I spent all that time and effort on? Huh. That's a bit disappointing. Okay, we've got a tier 3 android there, potentially prisoner worthy, so we go ahead and undraft all these people. There we go. Quickly get to putting out those fires, because it's just spreading like crazy. In theory, then, this mod allows us to disassemble these rather than butchering human-like, which was, of course, the issue we had last time whenever we tried to take these androids apart for components. We were incurring massive, massive mood debuffs because we were apparently butchering humans, even though we weren't. We were just disassembling robots, essentially. So, are we able to now do that? I imagine it still might have a mood debuff associated with it. In fact, we could do with another one of these benches. Where can I fit one in? We could put one in there, kind of. We could put one there. That wouldn't take up any room. Where's the interact spot? Oh, it would ruin the interact spot for the robotics production casket. Man, this room is too cramped. This is one thing I do want to change as soon as possible. I just want another bench, really, so to help speed things up, because this is going to take up a lot of our work speed. You know what, let's just see how it goes. Maybe we don't want it, you know. Maybe if they start disassembling too many androids. Oh, of course, they're actually going to cremate them as well, aren't they? Okay, fine. Let's get crafting bot. Can I get you working on that one and sort of see what happens? Will he get a mood debuff or anything? No. Oh. Okay, that's cool. Might be a little overpowered, but again, the mod lets us do so much other cool stuff. We have to worry about energy and stuff as well. Then I'm maybe not too much against that. Sure. I mean, I don't know how many components we actually got out of that, but that would be a better way to test it. Might be a little OP if obviously we've got this many people or this many android raids coming in, but hey, why not? Sterile attire. That's not really that useful, is it? Oh, used by scientists. Hang on. Does this mean we could build Zero a lab coat and help out with his work speed even more? That'd be pretty fun. Now, what I'm thinking is we need to put down a, maybe in this room here, get down a light very quickly, put down an electric stonecutter's workbench, because this is going to take a very, very long time to get this much. I think we're probably going to run out of marble before the base is built. All of this is limestone. This area, though, is marble. It will help us get rid of the chunks kind of quickly as well. So, let's get their gear equipped to start off with all of their tools. We've got access to the electric stonecutter's workbench, like I was saying, which is added by one of the additional workbench mods. I think it's vanilla furniture expanded, but don't quote me on that one. I don't entirely remember. Either way, it might be pretty good just to have that around to deal with the stones more than anything else. So let's go production. Oh, Android Tiers adds it all into a separate... Oh, that's cool. I like that as well, just adding it into a separate little area. So electric stonecutter's table. We will need to put it out of steel, unfortunately. There we go. So waste a bit more steel on that. Put it in this area. Let's get a light installed on the other side so we can actually see what we're doing. There we go. And then we'll just have someone working on stone cutting because apparently people are running out of jobs to do anyway. Orbital factory. Okay, we might as well see what they've got. Zero, if you could trade with those guys. So these are the finished products, manufactured goods, nano kits. That's what we want, nano machines, son. So those are your medical kits. It's containing nanobots to treat the wounds of androids rather than using human medicine on them. Again, this adds a little bit of difficulty because we've got a stockpile of medicine. Now we have to actively buy these instead or make them at some stage. Don't know if we've got the research to make them yet. I'm not going to buy everything they've got because they have quite a high stock, but we'll buy, what do you think, 40 med kits? That's kind of sensible. Repair kits are for repair and modification of actual limbs. This is just for, say you might have your burns or your cuts on your base game Rimworld pawns. Okay, that's all fine as well. We do want to buy some more marble blocks. They do have it, but it's fairly expensive given that we could just make our own. Neuromech trainers, AI persona core, ALCs, control rods for nuclear reactors. Oh, we've got a load of technology blueprints we need to use as well, don't we? Sell a brain. Oh my god, brains are 2,000 each. Say no more. We don't need... We haven't got any other research that requires brains right now. Obviously, we have to wait to get that mega brain. And by the time we've got that chance, we could have built up a massive stockpile of brains anyway. Oh, they want to buy all of our other crap as well. Some pickaxes, some spare hammers. We're not using these. All of our robots that need the tools have already got it, obviously. Secondary launcher. Kind of tempted to keep that around. Because it will stun a lot of enemies. Same with the flamethrower. I might keep that one too. Actually, charge SMG. Did I say that was an upgrade? Keep those around. Sell the charged pistols. I think they're a little bit low scope for what we're up against these days. Miniguns, it's poor quality. Might as well sell it off. Keep the SMGs, sell the rest. I don't want the triple rocket launchers, the Met rifles, anything. This is cool. I have bought a repair shaft. Now, these are very nice in that you can store anything on them. But if you store things on them, they over time regenerate, so they gain their hit points back. So that would be very, very nice. What's an advanced double bed? High-tech double bed that automatically readjusts itself to fit with the contours of both sleepers. Cool. Bit irrelevant for robots, though. Okay, so that's what we're going for. Sell all our weapons, buying some med kits. If they had some more steel, I'd buy it, but again, it's a manufactory. Buy the marble blocks. It will save us a bit of time. Even then, they're paying us 900 for what is essentially just a lot of crap we were never going to use. We were maybe going to smelt it down for components. I think that's fair. That will help build the space a lot quicker. Circuit breakers. Okay, so these are kind of a redundancy thing that we put. You guys know what fuses are in circuit breakers, I'm sure. But this will help out preventing any sort of zzz, or if we want to get the big... I can't believe I described it as rather than electrical malfunction, but this will help out a lot if we do want one of those big power grids, you know, with a lot of power stored nuclear reactor for recharging our robots. This seems to go kind of hand in hand with that. Sorry, who's got medical? Who the fuck's David? Life-threatening malnutrition. Have we not got a warden? Zero is our best warden. Shall I have Zero also warden our assimilator droid assimilating enemy robots? That does make a lot of sense thematically. We'll let him go and deal with that here. Go and tend to... Oh, he's dead. Well, never mind. Now we can butcher him for parts. Okay, well, hopefully the others won't fall into that same thing. Because those guys are both tier 4, right? So those are very, very nice. Nice to see that Repairbot's still on an insulting spirit after all of this. Let's get this reinstalled immediately into the new workshop, I guess, rather than installing it anywhere else. I'm just going to put down a basic stockpile and then we'll reorganize it later on. So a full stockpile, allow all, no rotten, fresh, and no foods, preferably. Everything else, though, absolutely fine. Maybe no corpses or chunks. Maybe steel slag chunks later on. We might dig out a specific cave for those, because obviously they affect beauty. And then we'll scrap this one and get everything hauled over there. How long have we got? We've got 22 hours. My god, we've got a long time before that next raid turns up. So let's get all of this moved over, seeing as they're going to be using it anyway. It's going to take a long time to move all of this stuff over as well. Right, there we go, team. Actually, what I will do is I'll get Zero down here to come and use these loot boxes. Okay, so Space Attack first. We got ourselves Starflight Basics. That seems cool. What about the Neolithic? I think we've got all the Neolithic tech, haven't we? Yeah, no technology available. Right, so we might as well just sell those, and they apparently sell for quite a decent amount. Then we've got a load of industrial technology here. So we've got basic nanokits, very nice. There we go, those are the med packs for our androids. That was fantastic research. We've got flamethrowers. Okay, maybe a little bit irrelevant at this stage, given the turrets and everything. Surgical lamp helps out with brain surgery, so that's quite useful. We've got ourselves, probably just queue these up, huh? Napalm. So... Oh, right, that's from Rimmerfeller. I was going to say, would that not be a prerequisite to maybe some of these other flame weapons? Deep wells, draw deep wells to access larger oil reservoirs. We'll take a look at that mod when we've got our new base built, because that seems like it could be very, very useful for dealing with some of our power issues. And nice advanced med packs. So that'd be equivalent of your... They're just called med kits, you know, the blue ones in Rimworld. Then above that, obviously, you've got your Glittertech ones. So that will be a long time away. Nice. That was a good bit of research right there, and we'll get those moved over, seeing as they are apparently completely useless now. This is not taking nearly as much time as I thought. Man, they stopped that up in no time, huh? Good work, robots. How many... We're out of marble. Okay, good shout on building the electronic stonecutters table. Then let's get Builderbot working on that immediately. And then maybe we'll build ourselves a dedicated stonecutting bot. So make any marble blocks. Do forever. I would say do forever is probably fine. And then we'll say stone cutting is a low-tier job for everybody. That way, if they've got nothing else to do, they can just sit and make stone blocks for the rest of their lives. Seeing as everybody's hauling right now, so you kind of assume a lot of their jobs are done. Oh my god. I assume we disassembled those robots then. Okay, here's something I didn't consider. It's made a massive amount of work for us. That's a lot of... Oh, goddamn. So we've got to create all the clothes. That might not be very effective then. You know, if we're only getting a couple of components and some plasteel out of it, that's going to be a real pain in the ass, because now we have to spend 3 times as long burning apparel. Fine. I'm going to say clear all, but any tainted. Do you think? That's probably the safest idea. Allow all, no clean. So that should, and then we'll go ahead and copy that bill and paste it as a linked bill into the other cremation bench. That way we're getting rid of it. It's all tainted anyway. We don't want it. Normally they're cremated along with their clothes, but I guess dismantling it, obviously you would just throw the clothes on the floor at that point. It's a little frustrating. Prison break! No! Just as the raid's turning up, because I wanted to get them very frantically to reset all these traps as well, because I completely forgot about that. Okay, this could be a concern. Transport pods nearby. Okay, that's not too bad. Seems to be quite a lot. Oh, good lord. Okay, fine. Fine, we'll deal with that. That's no problem, sir. Prison break, though. They don't normally... Okay, I mean, the turret should deal with them. Brilliant. There goes our tier 4 androids. Never mind. I want to get them rebuilding these traps as soon as possible, but also... Oh, wow. Oh, the raid went wrong. They all crashed. Oh, that's cool. So if we can take these guys out, we can strip all of these guys and get all their power and their weapons. Ah, that's a lot of potential power armor right there. Wow, that was convenient. They all crashed, and that's a cool idea for a raid going wrong, huh? Right, okay, so let's get all of our weapons equipped. I might take the fight to them, because by the time they make it through the kill box, a lot of those guys who crashed will die. So if we go and rush them down, there's only 27 of them left. They can't be long before they start to flee, right? Dangerous idea, but we could potentially get so much more power armor and untainted apparel out of this. Let's go for it. Go set up a line. Where are they? They're quite far back. Why don't we just set up a line amongst these chunks? Okay, there we go. Good work, team. Go through, go through. Here they come. All we've got to do is make a couple go into retreat, and then we're good. This is risky, I will admit. This is a massive, massive risk. Probably something I should not be undertaking, but the potential amount of bonuses we can get from this is huge. It can't be long before they're going to retreat anyway, because they've lost so many of their initial raiders. Man, we're doing good damage there. Where's that grenade going? Yikes. Fly, you fools? Excuse me. I know how dumb this is, by the way. I know this is a horrible idea. Okay, RepairBot 5's dead. Horrible idea. Horrible idea. But it might be for... We might get so much more stuff out of it. You've got to bear that in mind. We're doing a great job of killing them. And they're not doing a great job of killing us. There we go. Now they're starting to flee. Okay, gun down the survivors. Good job. Okay, there we go. Bring my boys together. So we lost RepairBot 5. It's a bit of a shame because he also has tainted some marine gear there. That's a bit of a pain in the ass. Okay, we'll go and get everyone else stripped. That's a lot of power armor and extra stuff we're bringing in. Traded RepairBot for all of that. I think that was fine. I know it was risky. I know it was a horrible idea, but sometimes you got to take these risks, and I think that was a good idea. Bleeding out in 3 hours. We could try and capture some prisoners. I'm probably not going to bother. How much distance have the enemies got? Yeah, let's move in on all of these guys and get them stripped as soon as possible. Good work, squad. Haven't quite stripped all of the corpses yet, but look at what we've brought into the base here. We've got more spare heavy marine helmets. We've got a load of power armor, 4 new sets of power armor, gloves, I mean, outfits, armors, whatever. I mean, there's even things like marine gloves, light marine armor, some good technology as well. I didn't even realize that. My God. This is good. This has been a hell of a bounty right here. We're still waiting on a couple of other them to be stripped. They've gone back for meals and stuff. Oh, Zero's coming down to apparently attack. Oh, God. Oh, okay, it's just a tier 3 android that's gone nuts. I thought they'd all gone nuts then for a second. Builderbot 2 has gotten sick from an infection. Irrelevant, obviously. I think Zero came down to strip, though. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, there we go. He's come to finish the job. Look at this crazy amount of shit we got. That was a great idea. Oh, good. A group of Yorkshire Terriers have lost and wandered into the air. How many did we get? 8 Yorkshire Terriers. I mean, we can use them as meat shields, if nothing else. We've also got another bulk goods trader. Zero, if I could get you, rather than stripping those corpses... Oh, God, there's so much crap to deal with now. We've got some more charged shotguns, though. Oh, this is cool. We got so much good stuff out of that. That was worth the trade. It was very, very risky, I admit, and I probably won't do anything like that again. But I just thought it'd be a fun idea, and more importantly, we traded RepairBot 5 for so much good shit. That was definitely worth it. Okay, Zero, you know what? There's another trade that's a bit more convenient than that, so let's get you... Seeing what these guys got, maybe sell off some more of this crap that we've just managed to grab. Oh, in fact, we could sell off the Yorkshire Terriers. They're not useful, are they? But they did join us. I feel kind of bad, but look, they have practical application in terms of combat. If we're looking to be overwhelmed, we send all the Yorkshire Terriers into the kill box to soak up some bullets while our people can get free. That's fine. Actually, they don't really have anything I want at all. In fact, we can't really even sell them much yet, because we obviously haven't hauled it back to the kill box yet, or from the kill box. Okay, never mind then. Sorry, go about your business. The goal for today, outside of course absolute chaos, is just to get the mountain base kind of working, if that makes sense. We're not doing a bad job. We've got a lot of stuff hauled up there. I've tried to clear off the entrance area as well, because obviously they're slowed down trying to climb over all the rocks to actually get to the zone. Building this into a usable base, chilling the whole thing down so we can't get any infestations is another top tier. But we've got wave 85 incoming. How did we do with the... We almost were able to haul everything back to base as well. Can't believe how much good loot we got out. Look at how many more of the advanced helmets. Look at them with gas masks and power armor. That was so good. Okay, tradespeople. That's what I like to hear. 8. Oh my god, there's so many of them. I can't mouse over them all. We're looking at about 100 tradespeople there, I think. Wow, this could be interesting. I have forbidden them all back to the home area, so to speak, just so that we're more able to get ready for battle. Because the last thing I want them is out there hauling corpses, getting caught up by a bunch of tradespeople like that. Okay, sorry, I want your gun equipped if you don't mind. Okay, so defensive position should be still fine. I don't think they've been interrupted by slag or hauling or anything. Nope, we're good. Everyone in defensive positions then. Let's see what they've got. My Yorkshire Terriers, you animals. Why would you... Ginger. Not Ginger. Right, get them all to hometown, for fuck's sake. I was letting them roam free because they actually ate a lot of the corpses and dealt with a little bit. Obviously, there are some quite low moods going on right now because of the amount of corpses they've been basically hauling all these clothes from. Oh, there's a whole set of power armor there we need to haul back. And we've got some of the light marine armor as well, which is definitely pretty good. Okay, I think we're fine. Yorkshire Terriers are home safe, besides that one who's apparently got a fucking death wish. Josie, please, for the love of God, have some sensibility. Josie might end up letting the enemies into the base. Fuck. You're welcome to kill that Yorkshire Terrier. My god, base security almost run by a damn dog. You can do it, Cremation Bot. I believe in you. The game, a little bit slow right now, as you can imagine. Dealing with 100 of the tribespeople trying to crawl through our base at once is just... Oh, my lord. And we are on speed 4 as well, by the way. That is sorry, speed 4 with the ignored speed as well there. Yeah, okay. Give it up. I'll come back in 10 minutes and we'll see if we've made any progress. Finally, okay, here we go. Thank you. That took so long, it was unreal. This is where the flame turrets are really going to shine. Unarmored enemies wearing cloth. This is just going to be a massacre, I think. Good luck, team. Rue the Yorkshire Terrier. My god, I thought we'd lost one of our people already there. Holy shit. Yeah, you know, they are staying in the kill box a bit more with this method, aren't they? Even if it's just one line of granite, it's actually had quite a marginal effect. Good work. Okay, get back to business. Repair bot. Or was it builder bot 2? Sorry, I thought I'd not equipped him with his weapon, but no, he's having a bit of a freak out somewhere, probably from all the corpses and things that we've stripped recently. Hey, if we get any brains out of this as well, we know that even if we're not going to use them in a massive brain machine, which I'd love to, obviously, but it's a long research away. If we actually do get the brains, we can sell them for like 2,000 cash a piece. What are we looking at? Bleeding out 4 hours, bleeding out 7 hours. We're looking at bleeding out 5 hours and cockroach in 17 hours. We have plenty of prisoners from the looks of it. So you capture you capture... What do you mean? Oh, the door's been smashed down. Damn it. Okay, build about 1. Let's get you rebuilding. Oh, no wood. Yep, whatever. So, damn it. Now all of our resources are over on the other base as well. Right, so we've got 106 slate. Let's build it out of slate then. Here we go. So, slate door. Should probably make it an auto door or something, but I'm not going to bother with that. Just in case they do smash it down. It's kind of a waste of components, isn't it? Right, you get to work on that. Let's take some prisoners. All right, this looks to be like a good amount of brains we're going to get from this too. Excellent. So that's 4 more right there. Let's go and get everything equipped. Now, like I said, goal is very much to get that other base built, so I want to start working on that. The second that we're done with these raids, I'm not even, bothering to prioritize repairing the turrets or anything right now. Otherwise, we are just going to be stuck in this constant cycle. I think it's probably the best way to actually get a lot of work done here. Nice. Okay, that's a good start, though. We've got the stockpile down. Now, I want to get the workroom reinstalled next. We'll wait for the walls to go down. Maybe some floors wouldn't hurt as well. I'm not even going to try and say that name. Got 6 from infection. Infection's a right arm. I mean, I'm not going to bother with it too much. Oh, God, okay. I see. We might want to take the brains now, then. Otherwise, it's going to get out of hand. Definitely need some stone cutting benches down here, then, because unfortunately, I'm running out of blocks to be able to build this kill box constantly up there. The problem is, when they try and escape, they're smashing down the doors, which is, even though we're not damaging it ourselves, it's adding a lot to the extra build time. So, I mean, it's also making the kill box just massively... Maybe we should... I don't know. I'm starting to think it might just be worth the occasional risk of springing these traps so that we're not spending days and days and days rebuilding it. I mean, how frequently, if we've got one person running through, like, arming this trap, moving on to the next trap, it doesn't run any risk of springing traps anyway. Right? The only problem then becomes if they start making them from the other way. So as long as we have a door halfway, I might remove all of these other doors, I'm going to be honest. It's safe, but it's costing way too much time and effort to rebuild them. Prepare for all the mental breaks in the world. Oh god, okay, there we go. 4 more brains, though. That actually worked out really, really well. They're worth a lot to say that they don't seem that difficult to get for surgery. Granted that our surgeons are pretty skilled. 16 out of 20, and it's medical bot doing almost all of those. I might drop you guys down to, like, lower tier surgeons, just because I feel like we're running just unnecessary risk. We might have been able to get all 5 brains if we didn't have the other guy help out there. I don't think we're going to have this rebuilt before this wave comes in. Ah, no. Well, luckily I did it parts at a time, so I only did this side to start off with. Oh, pirates. Pirates are always the worst ones with their rocket launchers in there. Yep, okay. 66 pirates, all snorting yayo, coming in with their power armor. We've got some doomsday rocket launchers there, triple rocket launchers, regular rocket launchers. How many are we looking at in terms of... So we got 2 regular rocket launchers, 1 triple, and 1 doomsday. Okay, shit. Right, you know what, just get into position. Damn it. Okay, we're not gonna have time to finish the kill box. That's okay. Run, Builder Bot 2. Run! I think he's fine. Oh, God, it's going to be close. Safe. Holy shit, that was close. Just as that door closed, he was able to get away. Man, yeah, they're not going to set off too many of these traps, unfortunately. We've still got, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going along there, and then the regular set. That's a real shame, though. Okay. 64 pirates. God damn. Oh, no, they can actually just straight up avoid those, can't they? My bad. All right, let's see what we're up against, then. What I'm actually going to do is just shrink the stone blocks. Because the kill box is long enough now, or at least the trap area is long enough now, where the only reason we want this is to slow the enemy down, right? And that will give us enough time to get from wherever we are to this area, so that we're all defended before they start getting into the zone. So obviously we don't want them to be over in this area before our guys are there. However, it's so long at this point that even if, with none of these stones here, they're still going to get to this entrance around the same time as... Oh, I mean, even if we're all the way over in the deep mountain base, our guys are going to get there much sooner than these guys are going to get through the kill box, and it's just slowing the game down so much. So I think we're actually just going to straight remove those zones now. They've suited their purpose. They're not really necessary anymore. So we'll get those moved, and we'll get all the stones moved out, because that's what's slowing it down, is them obviously speeding up and slowing down, going over that many rocks at once. Another point as well is it would make a lot of sense to stop them or have them come through the kill box in this area, because we can still hit them from there. That's still way within the, even the range of the flame turrets. If we have them pop up where this door is, they are immediately coming into the flame zone. That way they also still have to move across the entire kill box to get up there. Right now they're popping through here and only have to move into this zone. So it would just give us a few more, if it's going to be a few more seconds, it's rarely relevant anyway, because normally they're all dead or fleeing before they get over into this zone. I mean, very rarely do they make it into this sort of second-tiered kill box. But it still would just be a minor little change that would give us a few more seconds of defense. Here we go, finally. It's only taken about 20 minutes, but they're finally through. Okay, this should be fairly simple. How many actually survived, out of interest? 52. That was pretty good. Oh, yikes. Okay. You know what I said earlier? Ignore that. That was only because this was open. That was completely my bad. They should still... Oh, Doomsday rocket launchers, huh? Fuck. Luckily, they're fleeing, but my god, that could have gone a lot worse. Wow. Oh, the Yorkshire Terrier. No. Oh, shit. Well, luckily it was Smellbot, but Crafting Bot is a big loss. 20 crafting just gone. Fuck. See, this is the big challenge of this series, realistically, and this is absolutely a case in point right here. You can't really be rebuilding anything. You can't be going for these big building jobs whilst there are simultaneously defenses to be built as well. You know, I overextended too much on the building this time. If I hadn't gone too much with this stuff, or more specifically, if we weren't spreading our resources between building this one and this one, maybe the kill box would have been finished. Maybe we wouldn't be in this mess. Wow. I mean, it's a Doomsday rocket launcher. What are you going to do? They're obviously always going to provide a massive challenge, but shit. Well, there we go. We lost Crafting Bot, which is a massive... That's arguably the biggest loss we've ever had for the colony, despite our entire base burning down at one time. That's a real shame. Have we got anyone else who's also as good at crafting? Oh, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it then, because apparently we've also got other people who are pretty decent at crafting. Not fantastic. Certainly not as good as Crafting Bot, but that is that's a loss. That is genuinely quite bad. Well, thank you all for watching. Some real ups and downs this episode. Then we've got, I mean, a good amount of the mountain base built. We're ready to start moving up there on a sort of permanent basis, getting all of the workshops done. And honestly, I want to get the floors finished before we really move into that one. But simultaneously, losing Craftbot, I think that's the biggest colonist loss we've had for this entire campaign. That's a real shame. Also, Zero, why the hell are you damaged? Oh, a social fight? I can only assume so. Sorry, runtime GC close all the combat logs. Not sure why you're injured. Gunshot... Tier 4 android fist. Oh, so they've been fighting other androids then. Great, okay. Well, there we go. Thank you, and finally a heatwave to really fuck with us. Ups and downs, like I said, we lost Craft and Mop, but we gained a whole bunch of power armor, weapons, gear from that failed drop pod raid. Some big risks I took today, and unfortunately we are going to have to start taking big risks like that if we want to start being able to build big defensive bases like we're going to now. But of course, when that's built, I mean, the chance of us losing falls so significantly that the risk is definitely worth it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to the insane top-tier level patrons making the series possible. Like I said, when we get up to those Tier 3, Tier 4 Android tiers, when they become more sentient beings rather than just generic work bots, then we can start naming them. So if you guys have got any names, feel free to trip me those over Discord. Thank you to Alchemia, Anthony Golia, Suni Kirito, Atmos, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Ben Hofflin, Chesty, Croesus, Donald, Doolan of Gondolin, Fakuna Vasquez, Frederick, Gogula, Sarik, Harry McGowan, Iguana Squad, James Shea, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Norstrus, Necrofelon, Pelvis Presley, Rodin, Scott, Skaz, Smegmastain, Somnus, Shay, Teabag Cruz, The One Ring, Tom Terror 18, Tyler Kendall, Tyler McClam, Vacuous Bacchus, Varagon, William Green, and Zazzy7011 for their support. The Insanity Lovers on Patreon. A big shout out to these guys. Thank you all for making the channel possible. And of course, a thank you to the following patrons, including Uwu Daddy, Asro, Anna Person, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anchor, Attila, Austin Taylor, Betibus Max, Better Valerian, Black Double H, Blood for the Blood God, Bwayne Gunn, Chris, Corgi Circus, Dapper Go, David Van Diepen, Daniel Pete, Don, Don Honey 2 and 7, Emerald Beam, Foosh, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Circa, Gothamo, Grey, Haji Dumar, I Am Segater, I See the Great, Jackson P, Jay Lera, Jacob Wolfie, Jason Sushu, Jose, Jeebus Crust, Euron DeVries, Jessica Smith, Jilp's Lucky Sister Jilly Vondel, Joseph Beer, Justin Block, Justin Rules, Justin Walters, Lepus, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Manuel Bosic, Mastolp, Monty, Mercy Sampson, My Name is Indio, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lundberg, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Organised Confusion, Pan Sammy, Panther Pearl, Peyton Denisar, Russian Oligarch, Billionaire, Ryan Hooper, Sam Kier, Shardul, Shari, Smirtworm, Smooth Octopus, Socrates, Super Nanny 089, Sweet Sea, Talar, Voodoo Mumbo, Void Prince Kibo, Will Wade, Wilson Atef, Wolfie, Yellowfall, Yorkus, Zach, Zetlock, and Zico2. Thank you all for your support.